You want to hear something ironic? This is Marvel's actual fourth attempt at doing a good Fantastic Four series. And I have to say, they might have actually pulled it out this time. Welcome. This is YouTube Cytron 1515 here with another late movie review. And as you can see, the movie we're reviewing today is the new Fantastic Four film, Fantastic Four First Steps. This alliteration stars Pedro Pascal, has the great Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. Vanessa Kirby has Susan Storm Richards, aka the Invisible Woman. Eben Moss-Backrack, if I'm pronouncing that word correctly, has the ever-loving blue-eyed Ben Grimm, aka The Thing. And Joseph Quinn has Jonathan Spencer Storm, aka the Human Torch. And in this one, this isn't so much as an origin story as the previous films were. This is more of we're 4 years, another ironic mention, into the years that, they went into outer space, were bombarded with cosmic rays, and gained their iconic superpowers. And in this attempt, the Fantastic Four have been around New York City for 4 years, and they have thwarted threats from the Invisible Ghost and the Mole Man, and now they are forced with their current threat, Galactus, played by, I think his name is something Ennis, can't remember his first name, as well as his herald, the Silver Surfer, who is a woman this time and is played by the ever-lovely Julie Gardner. Now, I have to say, the Fantastic Four have always been a big favorite of mine. In fact, if I were to say they are my absolute favorite superhero team right now, the X-Men being number 2, but I've always been a big fan of the Fantastic Four ever since that 2025 film, directed by Tim Story, and its 2007 sequel, Rise of the Silver Surfer. I actually enjoyed those films, and I thought they were pretty well. I never understood the hate people gave them, I love those films. Were they as good as the Avengers? No, they weren't, but they were pretty good films on their own. Speaking of hate, I did hate that 2015 film. I never got it. I hated it. It is the worst one, so we're going to ignore that one. But anyway, with this one, what I liked about it was the family dynamic. I love the chemistry between Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm. I thought they did pretty good at showing, their conflict, their interactions as a family. I did like how they showed their powers. I love how they showed Reed Richards' intelligence and his brilliance, how he had to think and figure out his issues, from a situation, especially from when you discover what Galactus wants from the Fantastic Four. He will spare the Earth from being devoured if he gets this little thing that the Fantastic Four perfectly have to offer him. And of course they say, no way. They say, fuck you, Galactus. We're not going to give this up. And then Galactus forces an assault onto the Earth. I did like how they showed the family dynamic struggles through that. I did like how each individual character got to struggle on their own, showing Reed Richards trying to do the math through all this, Susan Storm Richards trying to do everything to preserve her family, even making a press conference, in front of everybody with her child, Franklin Richards, stating that they will not give up the Earth in exchange for this. I love, Johnny Storm wasn't so much as a womanizer in this one as he is in the other iterations. I have to say Chris Evans did that a little better, but Joseph Quinn wasn't that bad either. And of course, the ever-loving blue-eyed thing played by Evan, oh God, I can't remember the guy's names, but the guy who did him, he did a pretty good job here, I think he was one of the best iterations of Ben Grimm, aka The Thing, since Michael Chiklis, from the 2005 and 2007 films. I thought they did well as a family, and as for the threat, Julie Gardner truly shined as the female version of the Silver Surfer. You could see she's like Galactus' herald, and even when the Fantastic Four refuse Galactus' request, she still goes after him and she still tries to get it. And then you have, Johnny Storm, who later goes after the Silver Surfer and tries to convince her that, hey, you're working for the wrong team, this is not it. And at first the Silver Surfer is defiant, but then later on she realizes, you know what? Maybe Galactus isn't this all-powerful being. There's a reason I'm serving him. There's a reason I'm doing all this, and I thought that was a nice little critique they did. So, overall, this is one of the best Fantastic Four films, probably the best, with that 2007 Rise of the Silver Surfer film being second. And also that final battle when they all get together and they battle Galactus as he's marching his way through New York City. That was awesome. That was entertaining as hell. I loved it. I loved the conclusion. It was awesome. And of course, the post-credit scene. Please stay for the post-credit scenes. You will not be disappointed. The first one, that one has a little reference to the next MCU film we have coming up. And then, of course, the second one, after the second end credits, that's just a nice little, cartoonish-like film. And honestly, it's worth staying for. So again, I'm a huge fan of the Fantastic Four. I have the, 90s animated show and that, 2007 World's Greatest Heroes on DVD. I've seen all the films. I have some of the action figures. I've collected some of the comics. So yeah, I was really looking forward to this one, and mostly this film delivered. So I'm going to give this film a fucking awesome. That's my rating, a fucking awesome. Please see this film, especially if you love sci-fi comic book films. You will not be disappointed. And I so look forward to seeing Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom in next year's Avengers Doomsday. That's my rating. I'm Cytron1515. Have a great day. Bye-bye.